Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. This isn't going to be my typical wig review, even though I am going to be introducing you to one of the most popular styles on the market today. Instead of reviewing this piece, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about some of the things that you need to understand about wigs, wig reviewers, and how it all relates to you by using an average cap simmer elite and a petite cap simmer elite. And by the end of this video, I hope to have impressed upon you why knowing your measurements and being able to compare yours to the person that you're watching in the video you're watching will really help you a ton in making good purchasing decisions and setting reasonable expectations. Plus, I would like to cover a little bit on the variations from wig to wig, because I know that's a sore spot for many, and well, it happens, so we might as well talk about it. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm here on behalf of Chiquel to bring you this video. They actually sent me this simmer elite right here, and originally I was going to review it, but then I got to thinking, first of all, I have simmer elite petite. This is my own personal wig from my own collection. I've had this one over a year, and I wear it regularly and love it. And I thought there was a real opportunity here to do a little wig education. And so instead of just reviewing this piece, I will tell you a little bit about it. But I think more importantly, I have some wisdom, hard-fought knowledge to impart upon you. And these wigs are going to be my perfect companions for doing that. But before I do that, Chiquel is both an online retailer and an in-person wig shop. So they have some physical wig shops in Canada. They have 3 or 4 now, I think. They have one coming soon to, I believe, Kansas City, Missouri in the United States, and I know that they have plans for more. So whether you're an online shopper or you really do want to be able to go to a wig store to be able to put these wigs on your head and feel them for yourself, Chiquel has options. They also do lives every week. They have great sales, and I'm just really honored and proud to be a part of their getting the word out about wigs team, and really excited for the future and being able to show you lots more colors and lots more styles. I'll put some links in the description box below, coupon code that will save you some money, and just check them out next time you're in the market for one of the major name brands, because they carry them all. All right, let's start with this wig on my head is Simmer Elite in Shaded Biscuit. She's made with heat-friendly synthetic fibers. I will talk a little bit about that in a moment, but let's take a look at this one from all sides. This one is brand new out of the box. I have not worn this one aside from making videos, and I've done nothing to modify this one at all. It is such a popular style for multiple reasons. I would say this is a really great beginner wig because she has lower density, no permatease, so she's super flat to the head. I am touching all the way down to cap. There is no volume on this one, no poof. She has really realistic fibers, a lace front that is amazing. Nobody's gonna know that you have a wig on because there's nothing to give it away. No poof, no volume. Even if the wind blows, because she's mostly hand tied back here, it's just gonna move naturally. It's gonna blow naturally. You're not gonna be able to see any wefting or anything like that. And because she is made with heat-friendly fibers, you can modify this style if you want to. You can add more wave, you can straighten her out a little bit. Now this particular piece came with sort of an off-center part, and the part is pretty densely knotted, and so you can't really see down to part all that well. But you can change the part. You can you can add lift by taking heat to it. I have videos showing how to use a hot comb to change the part on a wig like this, how to get lift in case you do want a little more lift in the front. So there's a lot of flexibility. So this is inside the cap. We have a full mono top. You can part it anywhere you want up within this area. The lace is extended ear tab to ear tab. We have got bendable stays in these very soft ear tabs, an extended nape, Velcro adjusters. All of this is hand tied. All of this is hand tied. And then we just have a little bit of closed wefting toward the back. That part isn't hand tied. Now the petite cap is the same. The inside, exactly the same. The fit is a really big difference. And I'm really grateful that there are some size options here because that is not common. Real challenge and a complaint that I hear a lot is that there just generally aren't size options in the synthetic wig world. Usually the caps come in one size, and while they do have, usually all the major name brands have adjusters. You know, this one has the Velcro adjusters so you can cinch in around the circumference a little bit. That's really limiting. And so the fact that you could get this one in a petite cap does give more wig wearers the opportunity to try this piece on, but knowing which one's gonna fit you best is half the battle. So I do want to point out the one on my head, again, is my own personal collection. This is the petite cap. The color is shaded iced cappuccino, and I have worn this one a couple of dozen times. I think I've washed this one twice, and I did pluck the part line on mine a little bit. I plucked the hairline a little bit. I can't quite remember if I added lift to this one or if just with the plucking and the wearing, this one isn't as much of a face flopper as the other one. That does happen over time, but I've also been known to take heat to my wigs to get lift, so I can't quite remember. But I have made this one my own, whereas the average cap is new and I've done nothing to that one. Now here's where the education comes, and here's where what I really want you to take away from this video. Wig reviews, super important. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a wig reviewer. I rely on them myself to make good purchasing decisions. I want to know about things about wigs that you cannot learn from a product listing. I'd like to know, what is the density and volume on the piece? Does it have Permatease? And if it does, how much? I want to know how the cap fits because there is no standard, just like shoes and jeans and all kind of bras. I mean, you buy the exact same size, sometimes in the same brand, but different colors, and they can fit you differently. I've had that happen with shoes. I've had it happen with jeans. I've had it happen with almost everything. And wigs are similar, you know, even within a brand, caps can fit differently. So there are pieces of information that you really can only get from a review. But then reviews can also create some confusion. One of the things that I do is I include my measurements in every single video. If you go down to the description box below, you will find eventually all my measurements. And the purpose of me doing that is so that you can compare them to yours and hopefully get a sense of how the wig not only might fit you, but how the length will fall on you. I have a local wig sister who is built completely different than me. She is about 9 inches shorter than I am. She has virtually no neck. We are not built similarly at all. And if she were to put this wig on, it would be probably down to here on her. I one time was trying on wigs with her, and I had one that went to just about chin length, and it went to her shoulders. It looked like a completely different wig, and the amount of hair on that wig seemed to have doubled just by being put on her head. We know it didn't do that, but all of what makes her her also changed dramatically how that wig looked. So understanding if your forehead, your hairline to chin measurement is different than mine is really going to help you to figure out if this length here, which, you know, barely goes below my chin, is it going to be much shorter on you or is it going to be longer on you? And then you can make a better and more informed decision if you think a wig will work for you or not. In addition to that though, cap fit also matters significantly. And one of the reasons I was really excited to show you this and make this video is the fact that this petite cap barely fits me. It's very small on me. I can wear it. It's not ideal. I don't think I would be getting a petite cap in these elite caps again because of how small it really is on me. I can't comfortably wear a wig grip with this, and my preference is to wear wig grips to keep my wigs secure. And so I do feel as though this is slipping a lot because it just doesn't fit me great. And because of that, this one actually looks a fair amount shorter on me. I will throw on the average cap again so you can kind of see that, but the layers and all of this is shorter on me, and I think there are two reasons for that. The first reason is the cap fit. Since this cap is smaller, everything about it is going to be on the smaller side, so it's going to have less hair because there's less surface area of the cap for that hair. And then because this cap is like shorter on me, the hair is going to be shorter on me, if that makes sense. So you can kind of see these layers up here. I think the ultimate length, the longest layer is similar, but all of these shorter layers just are shorter on me on this petite cap than on this average cap. And so what that means for you, let me get my comb. What that means for you is if your measurements are significantly different than mine, and if the cap is going to fit you differently, then not only is the fit going to be different, but how that hair looks. Can you see that this one is just longer? Not a ton, but enough that somebody might be disappointed if they were expecting something exactly the same. And so that could happen to you just based on how the cap fits you. Now, I have said in previous videos, I believe these elite caps run smaller than their typical, monotop with open wefting. I think the elite caps are running smaller. So while their other caps fit me pretty big, and I would actually love a petite in those caps, the elite caps just in general are running smaller, and therefore the average size cap fits me a lot better. I have what's generally considered an average petite to petite head size. My circumference is 21¼ which is considered average petite, but I am very, very petite over the top of my head. I have a tiny little head on top. And so I usually get a lot of extra cap in my wigs. When I do fit segments, I'll often go, can you see how much extra cap I'm getting? I get a tiny bit of extra cap on the Elite, not much, and I get none on the petite. And if my goal was to wear the wig with nothing underneath it, I think the petite caps would be okay. But I feel more secure when I have a wig grip on, and so therefore I like that there's a little bit of extra room because it gives me room for that wig grip. This is what I mean by a wig grip. So in looking at my measurements and comparing them to yours, if you have smaller measurements than me everywhere, the petite cap might actually be a good one for you. But if yours are similar to me, and especially if they're larger, I think the average cap is better. But if you're significantly larger, if you find the average caps in their typical cap, maybe you've never tried one of the Elites, to fit you pretty perfectly, or even a little small, then these Elite caps are going to be too small for you. And I really hope someday they'll come out with a large option, because I do think there is an opportunity here for a lot more women to wear these Elite wigs if they could come out with a large size as well. So I do think they're running smaller on average. Based on my measurements, I think the average cap is the better fit for me as far as size. Let me summarize. Simmer Elite, amazing. I highly recommend. I love this wig. I think she's very comfortable, very natural. These hand-tied caps, if you can swing it, they are more expensive. If you can swing it, I absolutely 100% think they are worth every penny. I really love them. I love how natural, how lightweight. I love to be able to touch down and feel just my head and not have to feel any wefting. Even the closed wefting at the very bottom, that wefting is so much smaller than traditional wefting. It's very small, very close together. You really can't tell, and it really doesn't add much in the way of bulk, and I really do love it. I know some people, they don't think hand-tied caps are worth it or that much better than regular caps. It's all personal preference, but I'm being truthful when I say I do think they're worth it, and I really do love them. Whether or not you need a petite cap or the average cap, hopefully my describing all of that will help you make a better decision there. When it comes to length and volume or lift, there is a little bit of flexibility there. Now, of course, if a wig is too short, there's nothing you can do at that point. So if you're looking at these and thinking, oh, they look a little too short for me, I would encourage you to look at something like Raquel Welch Wavy Day, because it's also got a wave pattern, but it's a little longer. It's also got more hair, but that's another video. But if you're thinking the length looks okay, and even if you're thinking I might be a little long for me, you can fix that. I have videos showing how to trim in face framing layers with a thinning razor, how to take heat to a wig to get a little lift, which will actually shorten up the layers a little bit when you lift them up a little bit. And so if you were thinking you liked this one because it looks like it's got a little more fullness, a little more lift, and maybe you thought the average cap was actually maybe a little too flat for you, you can fix that. I will link some videos below showing you how to modify wigs to do some different things, because those are things that you can actually, you don't have to get it perfect out of the box. If I decide to keep this one, I don't keep every single wig I review. I probably will pluck the part just like I did on this one. I think I will change the part so it's more of a left going to the right versus off center. And I will probably take some heat to get just a little bit of lift, because I do like a little bit of volume. I don't necessarily want it to be super voluminous, but I like a little bit of volume versus super flat. And then she'll be perfect for me. And knowing that you can work with your wigs, and once you kind of get some of these quirky little things down, when you understand the nuances and the variation, it's not going to be as scary, and every purchase won't feel so monumentally challenging, and you'll gain some confidence and you'll be able to work with your wigs. So I hope just the conversation we had today was clear enough that you kind of get the point I'm trying to make, and also understand that fit and head size and head shape and all of those things impact more than just how comfortable the cap is on your head. It really can impact how the style will look on you, and eventually you're gonna figure that out. You're gonna know how I compared to you, and you'll be able to make really good informed decisions. Let me know if you have questions, if you have thoughts on this topic. I'd love to hear them. And Simmer Elite, what'd you think of her? Is she something you think you'd ever wear? Or maybe you have Simmer Elite and you can share some feedback. Let's talk it out in the description box below, or in the comments, I should say. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button, it helps so much. And also subscribe if you haven't. I love, love, love being a part of this community, and I am so grateful that you're here today. And I hope you'll come back next time. See you guys soon. Don't forget about Chiquel. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.